Hey there, online students. It is Monday, April the 4th. Welcome to the 11th week of classes in spring semester. I hope all of you are doing well. We had a nice weekend. We went to the ETS regional meeting in New Orleans at New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary and got to see some good papers and also hear a little bit of jazz, which was a lot of fun. This is an important time of the semester. We are really getting close to the end. We've got this week plus three more, then exams. We've also got Easter along the way in a couple of weeks. So it really is the busiest time of the year in a lot of ways for academics. So I want to encourage you to really focus on being very diligent in your work, but also in making sure that you have time for rest, for recuperation, for worship, etc. The key thing is learn to say no. So be sure to say no to the right things so that you can say yes to the proper things. And I really pray that the end of the semester is as good for you as the beginning was. For this particular week in NT 5103, we are currently working through our syntax. We've got 2 more weeks of translation, study guides, etc. You can see we are now working around the Philippians chapter 3 area. Same vein as what we've been working in, translation and using study guides to focus on syntax within those particular passages. Remember, my goal is for you to go back and review Dr. Wallace's text all along the way. Continue to read and understand so that you can answer the study guide questions. So don't think that you've got to know all of this off the bat. You can go back to Dr. Wallace's text and read and review all along the way. In NT 5104, what we are currently working on is exegesis within other genres. The exegetical method that we teach you primarily focuses on Pauline epistolary literature. But as you know, there's lots of other narratives within the biblical text. And so what we do here is walk through narratives, exegesis in narratives and particular skills to know there. We actually have a whole class devoted to exegesis in gospel narratives, NT 5305. I encourage you to consider taking that as an elective if you enjoy this material and would like to study more. And then we also go into apocalyptic genre. And then you'll notice that there's nothing due in this module except watching the videos and reporting on your reading, but you ought to be working on your next paper right away. You'll notice that the next paper is due April 29th, and that is on Ephesians 5:22 through 33. So you ought to go ahead and start planning out that paper, that work, start it. You haven't done anything in that particular paragraph, so it's all from scratch. So make sure you're working on some of that every day in order to meet that deadline at the end of the month. And then in NT 5110, we are currently working on the issue of pseudonymity. The big issue in this particular section is how pseudonymity affects issues of authenticity and canonicity within the New Testament. The paper on 2 Peter addresses this directly. And then you'll also notice that at the end of this week, you have to have your research paper in. So pretty normal, straightforward week with that major assignment coming due, which is one of the 2 major assignments, that plus the exam that you've got in the course. Okay, well, if you've got particular questions, don't hesitate to let me know. I'm going to be praying for you and will continue to lift you up during this busy time of the semester. And I pray that, again, that you finish as well with the same type of worship and excitement that you began at the beginning of the course. Take care, and I'll be praying for you. Have a great week.